Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. I hope you're all doing very well. Today I have an antique, a vintage and a bit of a retro haul for you today, starting from pieces from the Victorian period right up to the 1980s. So a right old bag full, right old collection. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So the first piece I picked up pre-lockdown, all of these are pre-lockdown or from online. I got this from a antique / vintage shop, and I just love it. So this is this little Victorian bag / purse. It's black with beautiful beading. So we have beading here, this detail, and then like a line, and then plain, detail, plain, and it has detail all the way going to the bottom. I really liked that. And then it's just one of these drawstringy bags like that. Inside it's just got bubble wrap at the moment, and then it does have a few problems, but it's well over 100 years old, so I can forgive it. And for this beautiful bag, which although I'm obviously not going to wear on an everyday sort of basis, but as a study piece, it was only £8. And for £8, I couldn't pass it up. I love it, and I need to find a very special place to keep it because I think it's just beautiful. Also from that antique / vintage shop, I picked up this lovely bag from the 1940s. I really like it. It's leather, and then it has this lovely little clasp. Open it up and it is suede on the inside. Lovely little purse with a little separating pocket there. And it has its original mirror that, although is very foxed and dirty, is still very beautiful. And it's just lovely to have like it all in original condition. This was £12, but then the seller was having a little bit of a discount sale, so I actually managed to get it for I think about £10, which I know is an absolute bargain for a 1940s bag in such beautiful condition. So I love it. And although I don't think, similar to like the Victorian one, I think it's going to be more of a study piece, but I thought for 1940s kind of themed photos, this will look really nice and beautiful. And lastly, from that antique / vintage shop, I picked up these little clip-on earrings. Now, if you watched my What's New in My Vintage wardrobe video, if you haven't seen it, link up here, you'll have seen that I had this 60s dress in this beautiful cornflower blue, and it had kind of like a white daisies here on a pocket, and then opposite but at the bottom. And then I saw these beautiful earrings. These are from the 1960s. They're clip-on and they are very similar. So they're white with the beautiful cornflower blue on the inside, and I thought these look really fun. They do need a bit of a clear out and just give it a good old clean, but I thought they're just beautiful. Couldn't pass them up for £4. Thought they're a proper bargain. So I had to have them. And then the day before lockdown, we went to a National Trust. We went to Attingham Park, which is beautiful. It's in Shropshire and it's a National Trust. Massive walk, deer park, it's lovely. Pup loved it, we loved it, and then we decided to nip into Shrewsbury, which is in Shropshire. It's on the Welsh borders next to Attingham Park, and we went to the little vintage shop there. It's called Maggie May's Vintage. Now Maggie May's Vintage has an Etsy shop and Facebook, so go and check it out, and Instagram too. And they have some beautiful clothing items, lots of lovely pieces, and I thought I'm going to treat myself. And in one of the little cabinet things I saw this ring that I'm currently wearing. So this ring is Bakelite. Now I am someone who doesn't own a lot of Bakelite at all, but I love the 1930s, and Bakelite was popular up till about 1940-ish. It was quite often manufactured. You know, you can see it in a lot of kind of vintage photos and things. You can see lots of women wearing Bakelite, so jewellery, bangles, etc. But I didn't own a Bakelite ring, and I thought I'd treat myself. I think this was about £26, but I thought I'd treat myself to a Bakelite ring. I just love the colours of it. I think it's so cool. Yeah, so definitely go and check out Maggie May's Vintage. And then in Shrewsbury they have some antique shops as well, and in one antique shop I didn't find anything, but in another antique shop I found the necklace that I'm currently wearing, which I love so much. So this is a pendant which the pendant itself is originally Art Deco, so from like 1925 to like 1935-ish. And I love the colours. I love how it reflects in the light. I love the blue with the little marquisite silvers. I think it's beautiful. But it is on a modern chain. The chain is still silver. Oh, I'm out of breath. So the chain is still silver, but for whatever reason, damaged, lost, whatever, the pendant has obviously missed its original chain. I hate to think of the price, what the price would have been if it had its original chain, because I do think it's absolutely stunning. But for this, it was only £7, which I think is an absolute bargain because I think it's so stunning. I love it so much. I've been saving wearing this. I've been waiting to wear it to do this haul, and now I don't think I'm going to ever take it off because I love it. I think it's so beautiful. I love how it catches the light. I just love it. Yeah, I can't say any more than that other than I love it. And then lockdown hit, and when lockdown hit I decided to do a bit of online vintage shopping, and I picked up some more vintage magazines. I know I've said I'm trying my best not to buy any more vintage magazines, but I can't help it. It's just, I just can't help myself. So first of all, I picked up this beautiful and quite rare magazine. This is Dress and Beauty. This is from October of 1936. Now, there is a magazine called Women and Beauty. It's probably my favourite vintage magazine. I do try to collect them, but they're not the easiest to come by, going to be honest. And this is like a sister magazine to that sort of thing. And I just had to have it. So I had to pay a little bit more for it, but I haven't seen one before and I don't know if I will again. It's very similar to Women and Beauty in the sense of it's about women and their home life and things like that, and it's got stories in it, but it does definitely take a very firm take on fashion and beauty, and that's very much like the spearhead of the magazine. I mean, just look. Isn't that stunning? Yes. Yes, it is. So I had to get that one. I had to. It's the law. And then I also had to get this one. So this is Home Chat magazine. Home Chat magazine I have quite a lot of. They're quite readily available to buy like secondhand online and stuff, but I had to have this one because this one was the beauty number. So this is from September the 20th, 1924. Another lovely cover here. And I have to say I love the advert on the back for the nails. But this one, as I said, was the beauty issue, so I had to have this one. And it's just lovely. I love flicking through these and finding the lovely fashions and stuff, and yeah, just stunning and just transports me back to the 1920s and 30s, so I love it. And then lastly, for any people that are adult collectors of Barbie, I'm not an adult collector of Barbie myself, but I do find reading about the history of Barbie quite interesting, because Barbie originally started in the 1950s and the first doll was released in 1959. And so for 60 years it's been going, and it continues to be a very successful toy to this date, but I find the history of it quite intriguing. And so I saw this magazine online, I thought I'd give it a go. It was only £2 online, although originally it was only 40p. This magazine is from the 5th of March 1987, so it is older than what I am. And inside it's a bit odd because it's a lot of different other comics, and actually Barbie only has one comic herself, but I have to say it is beautiful. Look at that. Look how stunning that is. So yes, I thought I'd give it a go for a couple of £1 and give it a try. Oh, sorry Mavis. So there we have it. That is it for my little vintage, antique and retro haul. Chat to me in the comments all things vintage and antique, and are you a vintage collector? If so, what's your decade? What do you like to collect? I love chatting to you in the comments all things vintagey. I'd also like to know what vintage videos you'd like to see next from me on my channel. Is there anything specific you'd like to see? Lookbooks, or talking about certain pieces, certain decades? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, that's it. Take care, and I shall see you soon for the next video. Bye for now.